Good morning, everyone. This is BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. I am so glad to be here today. I just want you to know that we are looking forward to talking tech with you today. Um, Usually, I'm here with my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva, and I'm Terralina from California Cover-Ups. Hopefully, Fran will be joining us shortly. But in the meantime, we just want to say thank you for tuning in. And I always like to get started with some kind of little video about tech. And so I'm going to start out with this video on the top 10 robotics that are facing us today, helping us get started in manufacturing, in medicine. I think it's going to really be an enjoyable video, and I hope you'll stay tuned. Here we go. Put it in place and share this top 10 robots. Let's get the video started.
Amazing new generation robots that are used for the production of vehicles, the manufacture of composite materials, or distribution in logic centers. These are the 10 most amazing industrial robots in the world. LR-Mate. It is a robotic arm that is used for waste recycling tasks. The Fanuc company has created this technology in collaboration with the Waste Robotics company. New software scans and recognizes waste to classify them in different containers. The artificial intelligence of the robot allows you to perform the work automatically. This type of software allows sorting waste with multiple robotic arms at the same time. TP-80. It is an extremely fast robot that has been designed to perform operations with small objects. It can be used in various sectors for handling food, pharmaceutical products, or other objects. The size of its arm can allow him to work in small environments and has a range of 31 inches. You can load up to 2 pounds and carry out 200 operations per minute continuously. Laser Snake. It is a laser cutting robot that is used to dismantle facilities safely. Its flexible arm is designed to reach hard-to-reach places through small holes. It works remotely controlled and can be installed quickly anywhere. Its high-power laser can cut thick layers of steel and maneuver inside confined spaces with great precision. Ecto-RP. It's a third-generation paint robot with 7 axes that is used to paint vehicle bodies. It is equipped with multiple sensors and has a great mobility and flexibility. Its design allows you to reach areas of difficult access, such as the interior of the vehicle. At present, many of the leading vehicle manufacturing companies use these types of robots. M2000IA. It is the strongest robotic arm in the world and can lift loads of up to 5,000 pounds. It is used to lift heavy loads such as vehicles or large machine parts. It is equipped with a vision system that allows you to identify and handle different types of objects. You can move and place objects within a large work area with a high degree of accuracy. AFP. It is a new robot that places fibers automatically in pieces that are used in the aerospace industry. It's used to manufacture composite structures such as pieces of aircraft. It is equipped with carbon fiber coils and works by placing layer after layer on the pieces with great precision. This robot allows to manufacture highly customized parts, making the process controllable and repeatable. AutoStore Blackline. It is a new type of logistics robot that is used for product storage. It works by scrolling through the top of a structure while stacking containers with products. Afterwards, the robot picks them up again so that they are packed and shipped to customers. This type of robot can deliver up to 650 containers per hour and work in groups 24 hours a day. Pegasus. It is a new Amazon robot that is used to transport boxes through its logistics centers. It works collecting the different types of individual packages and taking them to the conveyor belts associated with their destination. The use of these robots allows to accelerate the time of preparation of the orders and improve the efficiency in the distribution process. KUKA OmniMove. It is a robotic platform that is used to transport heavy loads such as trains or airplanes. It uses omnidirectional wheels that allow it to move in any direction, even in tight spaces. It can be controlled manually from anywhere or operate autonomously. It has great precision and can carry loads weighing up to 90 tons. Handle. It is designed to palletize merchandise in warehouses autonomously. You can move boxes of up to 33 pounds and move at a speed of 13 feet per second. It uses vision-based software that has a deep learning system to identify and locate the boxes. It can work together with other robots and is capable of moving up to 360 boxes per hour.
Take I was just stunned by the ability of all of these robots. I mean, they were moving airplanes, they were moving cars, making how about the robot who was able to stack 360 boxes in an hour? I was like, my God. That to me was just phenomenal. So I just wanna say that, robots are making our lives easier. And I just I hope that we are able to adapt. I know that one thing that we're concerned about is how these robots may be taking jobs from people. However, Dr. Tachi, I sent you the StreamYard link in Facebook. Okay. Yeah. So if you want to join, I'll be happy to put you in the studio so that we can talk. Um, but one of the things that I wanted to say was that, and I should have sent it over on, I see. Hold it on YouTube. Sorry about that, but I'm just a little distracted today. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I hope that you enjoyed that. We always like to talk about, start with tech history. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about tech history, if you allow me to do that. September 15th, 1986, Apple introduces the Apple 2GS, the last major product released in the Apple II series of personal computers, blending the old Apple II series computers with aspects from the Macintosh computer. And I actually remember the Macintosh. The Macintosh computer, the advanced graphics and sound capabilities of the two, hence the name, was headed of other contemporary computers such as Macintosh and IBM. However, as Apple chose to focus on the Macintosh line of computers, Apple eventually ceased development of the Apple II series. And I remember these small personal computers when they were first getting into the area of, um, what do you call it, personal computing. And we were allowed to actually bring home one of these little Macintosh computers from the kids' school library. We checked it out from the computer lab. So when I see these little cute pictures, and I think I can share a picture, let me share my screen and show you this. Can you see the little computer there? So that's what it looked like. Mhm. Oh my goodness. The other thing I wanna share with you about this day in tech is the first man-made object on the moon. September 14th, 1959, The Soviet space probe Luna 2 crashes onto the surface of the moon, becoming the first man made object to reach the moon, as well as the first man made object to reach any celestial body. Hmm. Wow. So I think that's when we realize, oh, the race is on. We better get ourselves together and get to moving. September 14th, 1956, the IBM 350 disk storage unit Model 1 was announced, which was the first commercial storage unit to use magnetic disk storage. The technology behind hard disk drives, about the size of two refrigerators and weighing in at 1 ton, three, the 350 could store about 4 to 5 megabytes, depending on how it was calculated. Oh my goodness. So I've got to show you this because we have, I don't know how many times this capacity in our pockets, in our hands every day. But look what it took to get started. Look at the size of that, will you? Wow. That'll take up a good portion of a room. And I don't know if this is the one that they talked about in the movie, but it certainly took up quite a bit of space. So I just want to acknowledge that we've come quite a ways in the area of technology. How powerful are our phones compared to this? But you have to start somewhere, and sometimes innovation and creativity can be a little clunky. So, you know, do not despise small beginnings or what it looks like when you're just starting out. Okay. I wanna end by sharing this particular video about how AI is writing Mother's Day cards because I thought that was sweet. Okay. So let's go to this video real quick. Doo-doo.
And it's even showing up for a very special day this weekend, Mother's Day, which if you forgot, it's Sunday, so you still got some time to run out and get the ladies in your life as something nice. Well, online flower delivery service 1-800-flowers.com has launched a chatbot called the Momverse, which according to the site can create original content like poems and songs. Yahoo Finance's Diane King Hall has been looking into this for us, and everyone is getting into AI.
I know. I was like, come on. But I did, engage. So you input a little bit of information, and this is what it spit out for me. It says, Mom is the headline. A treasure trove of trinkets, jewelry with stories to tell. Mom's writing flows like a river with words that weave a spell. Her heart shines bright like rubies, and her love is an endless gleam. Oh, there's my son right there. That's Ethan. And her love is an endless gleam. Here's to the greatest mom ever, an angel in our life's sweet dream. I put that in about my mom. Hopefully Ethan says that to me, right?
You said that's pretty good. And there's my two kids up there, Stowe and Gray.
I love it.
I love the thought of this, and I get why they're doing it. It makes a heck of a lot of sense. But Akiko, wouldn't you rather, when your daughter gets old enough, she's able to write cards? My sons can't write cards either. But look at her, she's so cute. What would you rather? Right. You would rather get something personalized from her.
Yes, 100%, Shana. I was thinking that. I mean, we're not asking a lot on Mother's Day, right? Yeah. Just something personal, though. Don't use AI. Don't use tech on this day. Fair. Doesn't have to be elaborate. Just something from the heart.
That's fair. It's true. But when they're as young as you guys kids are, still, even my son, like he knows how to write now, but the teachers help them do stuff. Because I will say though, he came home with something the other day that it was clear he was supposed to fill out. He is a sweetheart. However, he did not fill out this, like, my mom is, this, that.
He's got time. He's got 2 days. Akiko, this is your first Mother's Day with my Ari. What are you guys doing? Any fun plans?
Yeah, well, we are going out to brunch. We got to celebrate my mom too, right? But I have to say that I'm approaching this Mother's Day completely differently because you do really have a new appreciation for moms out there. I mean, I've only been at this for 4 months. I don't know how my mom handled it with 3 kids. Let's put it that way.
I love all the pictures we have of the babies. Oh, that's our executive
that is
producer's
precious.
baby. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, she's right around my Ari's age too.
There's Miles.
Okay, so AI can help with
Mother's Day.
with Mother's Day. Take the stress out of Mother's Day. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's been a challenge sometimes. But I thought, oh my goodness, let me show some of the assets of having robots in your life and having AI in your life, because people are getting kind of nervous about, is it going to be beneficial or not? And I wanted you to know, yes, it will benefit us in different ways as long as we are diligent about how we use it.
Okay, thank you.
Well,
I have something to segue into that.
okay, and Dr. Tachi is in the house. How you doing, Doc?
Yeah, she's
over here on StreamYard as well.
Fantastic. Hello.
All right. So, a who's who of tech leaders went to Washington this week for a closed-door Senate meeting with a simple goal to help Congress understand what's going on with AI right now. In attendance was Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Mark Zuckerberg, as well as labor and civil rights groups. The session was the first in a series of AI Insight forums organized by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. The idea is to beef up legislators' knowledge of the tech's ins and outs before they fashion any new rules to govern it. While the forum wasn't open to the media or public, releases of prepared remarks and reports coming out after the fact seemed to indicate that it was a civil affair with not much in the way of clear path forward, not much in the way of a clear path forward for regulation. In a press conference after the forum, Schumer said the discussion started with the common ground that everybody in attendance believes some kind of government intervention to be necessary. When Schumer says, I asked everyone in the room, is government needed to play a role in regulating AI? And every single person raised their hands, even though they had diverse views. So, tech making history. This is big for the government to be not having these gentlemen up for what do they call it when they go before panel or when they go before Congress to when they get called on the carpet.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a little different. They were invited to a party or invited to. Very interesting. I thought Google's head was in there too. And the guy who did the AI, he was invited. At least last week he was invited. I don't know if he made it, but the guy who, I don't remember his name.
The OpenAI, Sam Altman.
Yeah, Sam Altman and somebody else. They were supposed to be there too. But anywho, that's tech making history.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So TJ is up.
Okay, let me get my notes. I didn't open up my iPad.
No. Oh, okay. So are you going to be talking about Apple News, or you just
No.
Okay, nope. So as you know, that Apple did their, I guess they're calling it, is it the Wonderlust? Somebody calls it a Wonderlust.
I didn't even watch it. I don't even know something about a watch. I don't know.
Yeah, so Apple's September event came out, and the iPhone 15 has came out, and it is upgraded. It now has a USB-C port, which is major because it now will be able to connect up with more devices, like our iPads and laptops and things of that nature are all USB-C. Now the 15 is USB-C. It also has the Pro versions has better camera, of course, and that you will be able to do things with the Pro that you're not going to be able to do. You'll have faster charging on the Pro than you will on just the regular 15s.
Mm-hmm.
They pretty much look the same. They got some new colors. They have an action button on the Pro instead of the volume button where you can click it. Like on here, this little volume button goes up and down. There'll be an action button here that you can click it and have it do different things. You can call Siri, or you can set it to do whatever you want it to do, like do a shortcut action instead of you having to go, from the screen and go in. You'll be able to say, go wherever your favorite app is. Then they did on the Watch Ultra is now the Ultra 2. Then they upgraded the Ultra Watch, the one that you could take into the mountains and do all of that. Well, that came out already, but they have a 2 version, which means they have a faster processing. And you'll be able to access Siri without it going up to the cloud. You'll access it within the watch. And you'll be able to access stuff. Your commands are within the watch instead of it going up to the cloud to process something and come back down, which makes it more secure.
Now, one thing I did remember seeing was that they in the I saw I don't know if it was a commercial or just like a video. I saw it online where they were talking about the updates, and one of them was the pinch. Do you know about the pinch?
Yes. But here's the thing: the watch has the pinch in it already, and
because I use it, so I was like, "That's not new." But they were promoting it as new, right?
Yeah, and it's new for because I think your phone does it too. If you it's
your
pinching
phone does it.
For people who have accessibility issues.
Right.
So, but it moves better or it responds better with the A9 chip. There's a new chip on the watch. So now apparently that makes it better. Oh, because the Series 9, it makes it better from the Series 9.
Because I was like, well, some of this stuff I already got with the watch I have. So I was like, I don't need the new watch. So
no,
I didn't really pay attention to it because I was like, I got a new phone. I was like, well,
yes,
15, yay.
So the Series 9 has the new pinch using the Series 9 is faster now. And
faster.
It responds better. Everything it's better because I
was trying to figure out. Well, I was trying to figure out how to do, because you could, like, when you have to put your code in your pin. I was trying to do that, but I couldn't get the hang of it. So I just went with my finger. But I was like, some of the other things, because I use my watch to unlock the my laptop and my computer. So instead of typing in a password, all I do is the double pinch.
Right.
I love it. But some of the other things I was trying to do, like the like a text, like you could do a text, but I was like, it's taking too long for me.
Right. And now it won't be taking so long because it's not going to go up to the cloud and come back. It's going to be right from the watch.
Okay.
And that might still be a part of the update on your watch. You understand what I mean? the software may do it for everybody who's
got it.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. And the last thing that they talked about a great deal was their being carbon neutral and how they plan to be totally carbon neutral by 2030, which means
Okay.
there will be, they're taking, they will no longer, as of that day that they did it, which was the 12th, I believe it was, no more leather in anything. They have new,
No more leather.
no more. They will not be using.
They had leather
watch bands. Right. Yeah, they had leather watch bands, and they're not.
Where did I go?
I don't know. I still see.
I didn't do that.
So they.
I was talking, going like, okay, where am I?
Okay, I don't know what's happening over there. Anyway, they had leather watch bands now. Not leather. They will no longer do leather. They're doing something with they're not
gonna have like a vegan leather. They're just not doing leather.
It is it's something called interwoven, and it's really nicely done, and it looks good. And they did something with Hermes, which is still, I was like, okay.
Oh.
So Hermes is normally all leather.
Yeah.
But Hermes ain't leather no more. I mean, at least for doing this particular watch, man, they did something.
There was this big push for vegan leather. I don't know why I'm stuck on that.
Well, it might be vegan, but they're not calling it vegan leather. Right. They're calling it something else.
Oh, they got a name for it.
Yeah, they wasn't gonna call it just vegan like everybody else.
They got some special name.
Yeah, so the sport loop got a little better. I'm trying to see where it is in here.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Alpine loop, blah, blah, blah. Where's one for Hermes? Fine woven, made from 68% post-consumer materials. And
like I said, I didn't really pay attention to the news. So I was like,
Yeah. So they're saying this new material has a subtle luster and suede-like feel that's soft against the skin. So let me see if I can share with you this picture, because it looks good. Oh, present. That would be a look. Okay. Can you see that?
Yep.
Yeah. So it looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But it's called fine woven. Fine woven.
Right. Yeah, I saw that when it's very luxurious looking. I think that when it comes to like, is this going to be a substitute for leather for the people who like leather?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna say if I like leather, I'm not gonna like anything but leather.
Exactly. So the beautiful Hermes band that they had, all of that is going to be no more, because as you said,
right,
they're phasing out the use of leather. Leather really takes a tremendous amount of water to produce, both while it's alive and after,
right,
when it's unalive. So yeah, I think it's I think it looks nice, and I don't doubt it's beautiful, but I don't know if this will be a replacement for those people that are used to that fine leather. I think it's just a switch in mindset that needs to happen.
Right. But there'll be somebody who'll make it elsewhere.
The aftermarket stuff is going, exactly. So you could get the aftermarket stuff. And to be honest, the peripherals that Apple has, you can often find nicer looking things and better stuff aftermarket by going on different marketplaces. This is just what they have there, and they're relying on the fact that it's here and it's available, that I'm just going to go ahead and throw this in the cart too because I'm already here. But I think consumers now are so used to Oh, wait, I can get an actual leather band someplace else and it'll be nicer. Let's do that. So I
Right.
don't think they can rely on, I don't know. We'll see about this fine woven. It looks finely woven, but I don't know. We'll see.
Right. I was trying to see what the Hermes looked like. Oh, here it is.
It's actually rubber. That the Hermes watch one that they have, they've
It's
got a
rubber?
rubber. Yeah, it's like a rubber material. So remember, they had the Hermes leather one. So now
They
they've got an orange one. Well, they've got different colors, but they've
they
got the
have
Hermes orange. Sorry, go ahead.
they have 3 Hermes knit. Okay, wherever I thought I clicked on it because it said band type. I said knit. Let me see it. And if I'm gonna buy Hermes, okay, here we go. Okay, this is the knit, I guess. Can you all see this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have the khaki. Okay, I don't know if I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just stop because this orange khaki twill thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at this point, are we just paying for the name Hermes on the?
Yes.
Yeah, you're just paying
Yeah.
because I'm like, I don't want to. I'm not gonna spend on that.
Yeah, look at this.
350?
$350.
49.
You are paying for the Hermes name. But it's the
Right.
same thing whenever you buy anything luxury.
Right.
Let's just look at the Louis Vuitton Speedies, okay? The monogrammed version. You all know that's coated canvas. So it's
Yeah.
just canvas with a coating on it. And
Mhm.
you're paying, over $1,000 for whatever it is, and that's because of the name. Because
Right.
if you were to go and get a coated canvas bag from wherever, it would be nowhere near that amount, and that's because of the name. So whenever if you just want the Hermes name, okay, but I mean, if you have that, go get something else from Hermes.
Right, and so okay, yeah, I'm not doing it. I mean, because the watch is going to cost you the phone is going to be. It's by the time you buy the band and the phone. I'm sorry, the watch. It's
This
going to be
this
too much
is for
for the phone.
people that have
Who won't?
okay. They want the watch. They're fat into fashion and they have the money. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they buy Hermes anyway. So 350 is nothing to them.
Right.
So
Hermes is
that's
not
how
as bad. If you could, if somebody want to gift me one, I'll take it. But
Oh, I'll never
I
look a
really-
gift horse in the mouth.
I shall
yeah,
not.
if it's a gift, but I'm not buying that. I don't even like that orange color.
Well, it's the Hermes orange, and it's the color of
Right.
of luxury, and it's just that it's the same thinking behind when you get something that is a certain shade of blue. It's called Tiffany blue, right? So
Right.
you are associating that with luxury. It's the same thing with that orange. It's the
Yeah.
same. It's the same reason that I sell on Poshmark all the time. It's the same reason that people will buy the bags for like $50 from these places. For the shopping bags. Not just the people will sell the shopping bags for $50 and people will buy them. It's because it's the adjacency to luxury. So even if I'm buying something in that orange, even if I'm buying something in Tiffany blue or Cartier red, so good for you. I'd rather use that to buy fractional shares of LVMH, but who am I?
That's what I'm saying. Oh, excuse me. That doesn't excite me. I'm like, yeah, I know that's the Hermes orange, but it's like a flag to other people who are into fashion and Hermes. Oh, you got the Hermes. I'm like, that doesn't bother me. I would, like you said, I would rather have the stock. Honestly,
Exactly,
that's
Mundo.
just me. That's just
Well,
how
I
I
like
feel.
a good bag, but Wilson's is all right.
Listen,
Yeah.
I have a leather bag that I bought on Orchard Street. I can't even remember how long, and it's distressed now. When I bought it, it wasn't distressed. I've had the zipper replaced because I like a backpack, and it's leather. I paid a lot of money for it. It's old, and it looks old, but that's what I like about the leather bag that I have. So I'm just not into, okay, I gotta have the 2023 version of whatever the bag is. The it
But
bag.
distressed leather is like the best. I love a good distressed leather bag because that patina makes it look, it gets better over time. So it's nice when you first have, when it first is off the assembly line. But
when I bought it, it was nice and shiny, new. It was a new leather bag, and now when I have it, it's like beat up. But I love it. That's what I love, because now it's distressed. It was new, and now but I can say that's just me. I'm just, it's big enough to put a laptop in. It's big enough to put an iPad. It's big enough to throw things in. I can grab it and run. And I've had it repaired several times, but I can't buy that bag today because they don't do that on Orchard Street anyway. So, but Orchard Street was the place to go get leather goods.
Right.
And back when.
For us, I would make my trek to Wilson's.
Right. Wilson. Yeah, I've heard of that name too.
Yeah. Well, they have an outlet, but what everybody canceling vegan, is that what the word is now, where they cancel you if you use leather, whatever, people.
Yeah.
You were my friend anyway, whatever.
Mark said, I have a shopping bag from Target that I will sell you for a special low price of $29.99.
Oh my God.
Cash, by the way.
Wrap it up. I'll take it. Put it in another Target bag.
My face is done in distress. And see, the thing is, you buy a leather bag, it lasts forever. But I bought it way back when. I can't buy that bag today because of politics, or it's not available, or it won't be that kind of quality.
Well, and I have a Coach bag that somebody gave me, like a satchel.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is heavy.
Yeah.
And I mean, the what are they? The buckles and stuff on it, or the bag is not going anywhere. It's,
so here's the thing. I know this, and this is appropriate because this is Fashion Month. We just ended New York Fashion Week on Wednesday. Actually, it still kind of is going on. There are events and things, but it's typically from like Thursday to Wednesday. So the shows, the actual affiliated shows, ended Wednesday. So it's kind of, this is appropriate talk. You are much like, there is a YouTube channel that I really love, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's all about leather. So what he does is he buys or gets gifted expensive leather bags, and he is putting them to the test of how good the leather is, how much it costs to put together, because he understands it. He's a leather goods, he puts together leather goods, and so he'll take acetone, scrape off any coatings on the top, and then look at the grain of the leather, and he'll tell you the difference between top grain leather, etc. So he does this for all sorts of bags that are really, really expensive. He's even done it for like a Birkin before. So he'll take it apart, all the stitching, and people are like, oh, it pains me to see you do that, but he'll let you know that it's really better to go, if you're looking and you want good quality leather. A lot of these luxury brand makers are not doing it because they're putting heavy plastic coatings over the top of it to preserve the leather, but then you don't get the beauty of the leather because it is so over protected. So he's like, you're better off going with XYZ brands. In some cases, you could get them for $200 and $300, and you get this beauty of the leather. It will last you forever. And it may not be a luxury brand, but it's going to be a good leather bag. And that's what I like. First of all, I'm not in the habit of wearing somebody's monogram all over me unless it's mine or my brands. And I'm not shaming people who want to do that. If that's what you like, that's fine. Right. No problem, because I hate the whole idea. I told you all before, I can't stand the whole idea of quiet luxury, because it's basically shaming people who like those types of things. And I don't shame, but I don't like them for myself. So I'd rather get a bag like Coach. Coach is excellent. Coach is great leatherware. For some people, I remember I had a friend who was like, Coach was cute when I was in high school. I was like, first of all, if you were wearing Coach bags when you were in high school, I don't know what you were doing. My bags were coming from like Esprit, Benetton, etc. Okay, and even that was the high end for me. So Coach, so I know some people don't think Coach is like a luxury. It's not on the level of the Louis Vuitton or whatever. Yeah, fine, it's not. But the leather is damn good, and that's a bag that will last you.
Yeah, and you don't see. I don't see the Coach logo. It's in the bag. That my wherever it is stamped, it's inside the bag. You can't see it from the outside. But I tell you one thing, that bag is good. It's quality. The leather, that bag, plus putting my iPad in there and some other things, I'm like, whoa, I'm getting a workout today. The bag is heavy.
That sounds nice. We need a picture.
Okay, I got one. So while TJ is warming up, I will.
Yeah, I'm ready. If you
yeah,
we're having a good conversation about bags and things.
Well,
so,
I'm going to show you the bag because I have.
Go ahead.
Okay, so let me do this. Oh wait, I'm almost pushing the wrong button. That was not going to be good. I would have been out.
You see how new school friend? Oh wait, she's actually going to get the bag, or she has a picture. Okay.
Yeah. I thought you were getting a bag.
Yeah, me too. But when she was doing this stuff, I was like, oh wait, you have a picture stocked and loaded for us? You are Wave Nouveau.
No, she's going to get it. That's
okay.
Cool.
That's cool. No, I want to see
I don't have a problem with it.
Exactly.
I'm doing some last minute things.
I hear you. Well, it's good to see you, friend.
Good to see you. I know you've been busy.
Oh gosh, yes.
It's good to be in the house, guys.
Hey.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Yeah. So you want to get started, TJ?
Yeah, I was just pulling up one thing on YouTube.
Okay.
Just give me a second.
Very good.
Check it and make sure.
I have a little one here. We just went back to sleep.
Hi, little one! Yay! Oh, I do have one other thing as we're waiting for Fashion Week. For those of you, I talked about on Mediascope on Wednesday that Fashion Week was, ending on Wednesday, and two of my favorite shows. Now, I don't know if you all had a chance to watch any of the Fashion Week shows, but if you do, there's some really interesting things. Now, we already know, and you know this because you work in fashion, Terry. You know that there is nothing really new under the sun. Everything is a recycling of other eras. Yes. That's all they do. So, but if you look at Ralph Lauren, you see, that is a classic. That is a vintage classic Coach that will last you forever. Look at that.
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton could never.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. You can't get that anymore.
No. No. You can't get that anymore. It's awesome.
Because my backpack looks like that. It's leather. It's plain. It has the brass things on it. And then,
suede.
I love it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that's a bag that will last.
Oh, Mark's talking to us. He says, I have the male version of that Coach bag. He says, I have a Coach business bag as well back in the day.
See, I love vintage Coach.
Yeah, he says he prefers leather.
Leather. Because it's great for weight loss because you'll sweat off the pounds.
Well, that's what it was called before they came up with this vegan leather nonsense.
Yeah,
it was pleather. Okay, be proud. Wear your pleather things. So what really quickly, so Ralph Lauren, the show was just, of course, in terms of the setting, classic kind of Ralph Lauren-esque, but the collection, I was undone. And usually I'm like, oh, that's nice. But this one really made me like, if I wanted to spend that kind of money, I would. Maybe I'll look for a dupe. Sorry, Ralph. But it was wonderful. And then there are others, but Studio 189 stood out to me. Now, Studio 189 is a collab. It is a designer that's Ghanaian. I can't remember her name. But also, why do I keep forgetting her name? She is from New York. She's an actress.
Is it? Did she play in Wakanda? No.
No. I can't. I don't know why I keep forgetting her name. I'm going to have to look at it real quick. Studio 189 is the name of the I'll tell you right now. It is Rosario Dawson. That's it.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's Rosario Dawson and Abrima Erwia. And it is an artisan produced fashion lifestyle brand. And a lot of the clothes are, the manufacturing facility is in Accra, Ghana. And they also support community led projects. And the thing about that is, obviously, the clothing is great, it's beautiful, really beautiful. But they also, it's a show. So the typical fashion show is about 15 minutes. You wait 1 hour first, and then it's 15 minutes.
Mhm.
But this show tends to be a full 20 minutes to half an hour because they've got dance performances, they've got poetry, and all sorts of other things. So it really is almost in the African griot style of storytelling, where dance and prose are part of everything. So if you get a chance, go back and look at Studio 189's show. You could go to nyfw.com and you can watch all the past shows from this past fashion week.
Oh, that's really cool. And I've been watching Rosario Dawson over on she's Ahsoka from Star Wars.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right.
I'm like, well, that's pretty good little what is it, a mini series that they do?
Yeah, I haven't checked it out yet. It's on Disney Plus, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly why.
But you know, you can go get the little preview.
That's what I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah. Then you can get, and then they put everywhere she was in The Mandalorian and some other places. All of that is in there. It was good. It's still good. It comes out every Tuesday.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
TJ.
All right. Are you ready?
Social media
update. Okay, so this week in social media news, we're going to start with Snapchat. And I had Snapchat. All right, let's get to Snapchat. Where are we? Okay, screen sharing is coming to Snapchat, but on the web. So, we mentioned something else that was doing Zoom like I think it was WhatsApp was doing like a screen share where you could do a Zoom meeting. Well, now it's on Snapchat. So you can do this on the web version. So you can it's a new feature that allows users to screen share doing calls on the web version. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know who would want to do because of the age group, but it's available. It's so to use it, you have to log into your Snapchat account on the web or through so it says through the mobile app or the web portal. Once logged in, you start a call with a friend or a group, and then you share your screen by clicking the share button at the bottom of the screen. And then it says you can share from your computer and view from your phone, and you can have a seamless digital collaboration. So they're saying while you can share your screen with Snapchat users on the iPhone app, you must be on the web interface to share your screen. So it's probably for you're on the desktop and you're using your app. So, but I'm not going to use it. So I'm thinking, who's going to use it? Well,
evidently somebody's going to use it.
Yeah. So there you go, Snapchat.
What Dr. Tachi, what do you say? Who asked for this? Evidently.
I'm hoping. Who asked for this?
Who asked for this?
I'm hoping that their audience asked for it because I don't want them to go down this
I
path.
see a use for it. I'm just saying the age group because it's what is it, 13 to 30. So maybe the older group is using it, but then you have other tools. Who knows? All right, so let's hit a little one-liner. Blue Sky officially hits 1 million users. Is anybody on Blue Sky?
No,
I am not.
Me either. So, but they've hit 1 million users. Yay.
Good for them.
Yeah, happy. Not using it. Let's move on to Artifact. Artifact is that news app that we talked about before Threads came around, where you had people could share news stories to get away from Twitter. So now they're adding a new links feature. So the linked feature is users will be able to share any link from the web in order to view a personalized feed of links based on their interests, because that's what the app artifact is for. You're supposed to go in and interact with news stories that you're interested in, so the next time you'll come in and you'll get more of that. So I guess it didn't have a personalized feed of links before.
Oh.
I haven't used it in a while because, when Threads came around, I moved to Threads. But they're saying the feature is called Links. It's meant to showcase what's possible with Artifact's AI technology. And that was another thing, that Artifact app has AI built into it where it determines like the things that you want to see. Also, I believe with comments. They're saying you only have to share a URL, which is then presented in a visual feed with a new links tab in the app. So that's what it is. So it's going to be a new tab within the app, like a For You feed, or when you go to TikTok, or if you're still on X, there's several feeds, and you just tap on it, so you'll get news articles and things in under that tab. So I haven't used Artifact in a while, sorry, but I was using it when it came out. Maybe I'll go back and look and see what's going on. But so they're also saying the new links feature will offer creative tools that help users quickly upload, crop, and reorder their images, and it helps with caption writing. They have Artifacts AI. They were using it to summarize. I do remember this story that they put the AI in to summarize long news stories. Okay, so they're saying now they have a link tab, and then you can put your links there. So that's Artifact, if you're interested. And let me make sure I got all of the little apps that we rarely talk about out the way. Okay, WhatsApp. Well, since I think I brought up WhatsApp. WhatsApp launches a topic-based channels. So they rolled this out in Colombia and Singapore in June of this year. Now WhatsApp is bringing the new group chat option to more regions, and it's called Channels. Channels is a one-way broadcast service that enables users to stay up to date on topics of interest within WhatsApp. Channels reside in a separate tab from your chats and provides a means for people to use WhatsApp as a real-time news and information service on the key topic that are interested to them. So here's a quote from WhatsApp. Our goal is to build the most private broadcast service available. Channels are separate from your chats, and who you choose to follow is not visible to other followers. We also protect the personal information of both admins and followers. Now, channel updates only live or live for 30 days, ensuring that the information remains fresh and relevant over time. They've also added an enhanced channels directory, and they had a little picture here. So, if you've seen, broadcast channels in Instagram, or if you use Telegram or anything like that, a lot of apps are integrating this messaging in, because messaging into the app, because messaging is one of those big things. Somebody did something this week, and I said, that's just Snapchat.
Yeah, we talked
Instagram. Instagram did something this week, and I was like, you guys are, and I think I even like tweeted at the CEO or said something. I said tweeted. I either posted something somewhere. I was like, you guys are turning into Snapchat.
And that
they are.
Clubhouse turning into Snapchat?
Yeah.
With that whole,
yes.
Yeah.
I think it's Clubhouse.
So direct messaging, private messaging channels, broadcast channels, where it's like a separate group of people from the main public feed, seems to be the thing that all the apps are doing now. So WhatsApp is doing it also. Not a surprise. Speaking of Threads, so again, I think I'm trying to remember where I was, because I did a whole bunch of posts to somebody, maybe it was on Threads, and they said, the Threads account tweeted out something about, you can quote post on the web, and I was like, well, I did a who asked for this, because I was like, we want a trending tab like Twitter used to have. I would go into Twitter and hit the trends, and I could see what's hot.
What was going on?
Yeah, what's hot. We don't have that on Threads. So people, a lot of people liked it, but I was like, I don't care about quoting a post. And I'm like, what is that? So quoting a post is you hit the quote button or something, and then instead of sharing, you can say something on top of it.
I don't get it. Okay.
No, it's if you use Twitter, it's the same thing. You could retweet or quote.
Oh, retweet. Okay.
I'm like, I don't do either of those. I mean, I will retweet, but I don't quote. So the quote is you hit the button and then you get to say something about the other person's post. And I was like, who asked for this? I don't want that.
Yeah,
I don't want that.
That's so on Twitter, that's retweet with a comment.
Right, retweet with a comment. So the quote is you share the post that you see on the Threads feed and you say something on top of it. I'm like, I don't want that. I want trending topics. I want, when I go in, I want what's hot on here. Like, and then another thing people were saying, like, they want fresh stuff. Like, you get when I go on the Threads, I see some post from somebody that's 2 days old. I'm like, that I can't comment on that. That was 2 days ago. So they need to fix that because that was a big complaint. So, but now they have quote posts on the web and the app, and the CEO of Instagram announced it like it was some big deal, and I'm like, big whoop. You could tell I was mad. I just tweeted out, I said, big whoop. Who cares? I think I did that to him. Who cares? That's not what we want. So that option is available if you're in Threads. So. There's a bunch of stuff that people want. I don't know what Threads is doing as far as like what gets priority. So this is one of the things they added, and they announced it like it was a big deal. And I told them it wasn't a big deal.
Ta-da!
Matter of fact, let me wait, hold up. Let me bring up what I just say. I'm like, Threads is the place where you just say stuff. It's not like Instagram where you got to think of Instagram, I got to put a cute graphic together and then make a whole blog post. On Threads, I could just go on Threads and just say, who cares? Nobody wants that. Go back to this and go back to that. So where do I go to see my stuff?
Let's see. I think you go to your little.
Yeah, I'm looking. Okay, yeah. So there was I follow The Verge on Threads, and they put out a post saying when Meta's Threads first launched on the web, it only let you repost threads you like. Now you can quote them too. So I used the quote feature and put on top of that, who asked for this? We want trending topics. So I'm just like, okay, that's not something we want, guys. Get it together. Give us the stuff we want so we can use the app properly. Okay? Thank you. All right, so Instagram is testing a new option to hide your like activity in the app. So this is a test. It's not live, but it's going to be, they're saying some Instagram users are being alerted with a pop-up notifying them that they can hide their likes from whomever they choose. The new option would enable you to hide your like activity from non-followers or, lurkers, or limit visibility to only close friends, or you could opt to hide your like activity for everyone. So there's going to be a new option where you can not, and who does that? Somebody does that now where you can't. I know TikTok does it, but another app where you can't see what people like, because there's some people out there, and they do this to celebrities. They will go to the celebrities' Instagram and see what they like, or they did it on Twitter. I'm not sure if they're still doing it, but they would go, because there's a place on Twitter, the place on X where you could see on somebody's profile the things they liked. A lot of people have gotten tripped up by liking inappropriate things. Celebrities, I mean, because nobody's really following me and seeing, well, what do you like? What? So some people are liking things and they're thinking that nobody can see them. So now Instagram is coming along saying we're going to allow you to hide that, so people can't lurk on a celebrity or a famous person's profile and see, ooh, I saw you like that MAGA post or that problematic thing or something, So Instagram is giving that option to hide your like activity from users. All right, one more from Instagram. They're adding a following filter in the Reels tab. Now, what this is when you're in the Reels section, right under the word reels on the top left, it will say following. So it's a button that says that you're following this person in reels. Why? I don't know. Another thing that we didn't ask for. So it this following feed in the Reels tab and enables you to only see reels from accounts that you follow. Because when you go into Instagram, you will see anybody's reels that Instagram thinks you might like. So if you like reels about, say, dogs, and then you close the app and you go back in, or you go back in, and next time you look at your feed, you're going to see more reels with dogs. So they're trying to do a TikTok thing, but it doesn't really work because it's annoying. So yeah, so now they have this following feed, which again nobody asked for. Again, I'm like, okay, so you can switch, you can tap the following button to see reels from people you follow versus people you don't follow. That's what this is. And if you use Instagram a lot, you know what that means. That's something that you want. I'm like, I don't care. So that's what Instagram is doing. Now TikTok is partnering with Billboard on new trending track listings. So they're solidifying their connection with the music industry, because a lot of not musicians, artists, singers, whatever, they will debut a new single on TikTok now because they want the kids to listen to it, make a dance, make it go viral, and then that leads to streaming. So TikTok is not woken up, but they already knew this. So they're making this not professional, making it official. So it's a new partnership with Billboard. They're gonna have an official TikTok Billboard Top 50 chart. So this weekly chart will highlight the top trending songs on TikTok in the US. So this is going to be another way for the kids or whoever's following this on TikTok to go, what's the top 50 songs Billboard and TikTok is pushing. So here's a quote from TikTok. The TikTok Billboard Top 50 chart is the first official chart in the US to monitor music discovery and engagement on the platform. It is the verified list of the hottest songs on TikTok each week, giving the most accurate record of a current music trend happening in the US market. The chart is based on a combination of creations, video views, and user engagements by the US TikTok community, and will be released weekly on Thursday. So it will come out on Thursdays. So what do we think about that? You're muted, Terry.
It might backfire because teenagers are inherently rebellious. It's like, you tell me I'm supposed to like this, okay, we're gonna go find some stranger and just make him go viral because mommy picked this out.
All of that is I was going to say a crapshoot, because you don't know, it may not go viral. It may backfire and they really don't like it, and that went viral. Like, who asked for this?
Right. But it's smart on Billboard's part because they can get the cross promotion of it. So a lot of kids on TikTok, they don't know what Billboard is. They know Apple Music charts. They don't know Billboard. So this is smart for Billboard to get in front of the newest generation.
Yeah.
Because remember, Billboard was a magazine. You had to print and you had to go buy it. And it was the top chart. So now this is what I've heard from being around and looking on the internet, is that now it's Apple Music charts is the ruler of the top, the top hottest songs this week or whatever. So Billboard is trying to get some of their, I guess, their luster back and trying to get in with TikTok. So I don't really follow the top 50 charts. So I still listen to the old stuff that I like. I don't really like any of the new artists. Sorry, new artists. not a fan. So, but this is for Billboard to get in front of those teenagers that are, All right, so TikTok is launching in-stream shops to all US retailers, and this was launched back in February. So remember, TikTok is trying to do shopping in the app because there's what is the app in China? Douyin or something, or there's some big Weibo, something big in China that everybody uses, and they shop and they do everything in this one app. TikTok has been trying to be that app in the United States, but we don't work like that. We don't use one app. Like if I shop, I go to Amazon. If I do this, I go here. If I go different places. So they're still trying to push this. Okay, you shop within TikTok. So they had the TikTok live stream shopping for users, and they got rid of that. So now they're saying that they're going to put in this in-stream shop. So here's the quote. Across the US, over 150 million people turn to TikTok to be entertained and inspired by content they find from their favorite creators, including the latest trends, fashion, and beauty tips, recipes, and more. TikTok Shop will now bring shoppable videos and live streams directly to For You feeds across the country and give brands, merchants, and creators the tools to sell directly through shoppable content on the TikTok app. So this is going to be where people who have TikTok accounts can put items. I mean, they're going to talk about they're going to talk about the item, and then there's going to be a button to buy it. Think Amazon live streaming shopping. That's what this is. The same thing you can do right now on Amazon, where you go live on Amazon and then you talk about a product, and then the product is at the bottom and you tap it or click it and you can go buy it. So that's what TikTok is trying to do here. So they're trying to do that. They're also looking to promote a new Creative Challenge affiliate program. Creators are able to earn commission from any sales that they generate by promoting selected products in their uploads. They're also giving retailers access to something called Fulfill by TikTok, a program which enables merchants to provide TikTok with a selection of their products so that TikTok can then manage orders, which could improve responsiveness. Now, remember, I think last week I said that they were talking about Amazon. TikTok was suppressing Amazon links. So this week we've got this. So what do you think TikTok is trying to do?
They're trying to get all up in our Kool-Aid.
They're trying to cut off Amazon.
They want to the new Amazon.
But for Gen Z. Okay. So we got, what do we have? We have Prime. Anybody a Prime? I'm a Prime member.
I'm a Prime member.
I'm a Prime member.
Right. Most people are Prime members, so you pay that fee. Where are you going to pay, where are you going to shop because you pay that fee? Amazon.
But see, I'm not trusting TikTok with my money, nor will I trust it with my products.
We don't. But let me tell you, Gen Z does, because I have somebody that's more millennial, and they will not buy the Amazon Prime because they know we have it. So I'm constantly getting text messages, buy this, buy that, because I have their address. So I'm like, this generation doesn't want to pay that Amazon Prime fee.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them in the bloody.
If your parents have it, it's like, well, my mom and dad have it, so I'm not paying it. I just tell them.
Yeah, absolutely. My mother had Amazon Prime. I was saying, can you? Because truth be told, my mother would be like, can you order this for me because I have Prime? So. I get it.
Right, because all you do is put the address in, and when you shop for something, you just switch the address.
Yeah,
right.
So, but that's how Gen Z is thinking. They don't want to pay that fee. So TikTok knows that.
And I kind of understand that, but with all of the regulatory stuff, and because I'm thinking about security. And stuff. I'm like, I'm not putting a
China connection
over there.
That's still, remember we talked about the China thing, and you're giving them your credit card and this and that. Gen Z doesn't care about any of that. They didn't care when we had those the Congress the meetings before Congress when the CEO of TikTok went ahead and was saying all of these things. They don't care. They're still using it.
You know what though? I think the operative thing is too, whenever these companies do go on the Hill, they go in front of Congress. Congress looks like a bunch of bumbling idiots because they don't know what's going on. So they're just basically like, okay, boomer, and they don't pay attention because the people who are of that age seem not to know. And they're like, well, you don't know. Why would I listen to you? So that's what it is. There's an image problem there.
Yes, I agree with that 100%. And remember, they're already on TikTok doing dancing and all the other stuff that's there. So if a creator or someone who has an online Shopify store or whatever you have and you're selling products, you're going to do this. You're going to use this TikTok format.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. Does the creator actually put? Okay, have we actually seen creators put something on there and use this? Because that's the other thing. Now you are trying to put your eggs in the TikTok basket when you know Amazon works.
Right, but see, this group doesn't care about Amazon.
No, I'm not talking about the consumer.
Oh, you're talking about the creator.
I don't know if I'm putting my stuff in TikTok, if I'm the owner of the business and I have whatever it is I'm trying to.
Oh, you're talking about the fulfillment and how it gets processed.
Yeah, I'm not giving you my.
Yeah, they didn't give any details about that, but I think people are using it because it was released in February. Select retailers. In some of the image shots, they were showing some. They obviously did this with a test group of them, like if you selling makeup, you're going to do a video, makeup, this and that, and then the button is there on the video. And it's not live because you could do it live, but when you upload a video, there's going to be a button on your video that they tap and buy because they have what is the thing? TikTok made me buy it. There's something I'm trying to remember that people were going on TikTok with their Amazon link or wherever it was, wherever their thing is that you go and buy, Shopify, wherever, doing the video and then having the link, which remember, an app does not like you to leave the app. So the people are leaving the app. So TikTok is like, we're going to keep everybody in the app. And then with last week, they were saying that they were suppressing the Amazon links, and TikTok said, no, they weren't doing that. That's a lie. They're doing it because they want people to stay in the app.
Look, they were lying about stuff when they said, "Oh no, we're not looking at your information."
So another part of the story, they were saying that don't worry because all of our data is on the U.S. servers.
No,
but that wasn't the issue. The issue was that everything gets filtered to China somehow, and they never gave a clear answer on that. Never. And then the CEO of TikTok said he doesn't answer to China. BS.
Right.
It's a Chinese-owned ad. That's how they work over there.
His kids don't even use TikTok.
Yeah, their kids get educational videos.
Well, it's I'm trying not to laugh because it's really not funny, but it is funny.
Yeah,
this looks at the stupidity of Americans. We as a whole are just damn stupid, and we are comfortable in our stupidity. There's no place else that if there was an app that was feeding and funneling just mindless and don't get me wrong, there's some great stuff on TikTok, right? But mindless stuff. And meanwhile, my child doesn't use this because it's not good enough for my child. Why should it be good enough for us?
I think they even asked the CEO of TikTok, and he says his kids they're not on it. But you want my kid to be on it. Make sense.
It does make sense. It actually really does. When you have to look at it on a whole. If we're trying to listen, we don't want you to be competitive. You are competitive when you begin to learn. So why would I teach you anything if I don't want you to compete with me?
Right.
Makes sense. And the average person, like, okay, so there are many people who use TikTok either just for entertainment or you're actually trying to teach something on there, which is fine. but you're able to discern, these people are able to discern and get learning and things in other places, right? There are some people that TikTok is their only source of everything, and that's very sad.
Right.
That said, can I add something really quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, I went live for the first time on TikTok the other day on Wednesday, because you have to have 1,000 people on TikTok to do it, and I was and I was not focusing on building on TikTok, but so somebody said, you know, you need to go live on TikTok because people need to hear Mediascope stuff. I said, yeah, but I don't have 1,000 and I'm not trying to. He said, but if you go in these grow rooms, you will get to 1,000 probably the same day. Was he lying? No. I had 350. I now have 1,200 followers.
What is a grow room?
So it's a room, basically a person that goes live, and they have these grow hosts that are focused on helping people get to whatever goal. So it's 1,000 or whatever. So basically you go in and you follow everybody in the stream, and there's one host I go in, and she has there are these different boxes and these different lists. So you can give like these different coins to be put on the different lists, or share to be put on the list, and then she'll see like, all right, so go into this such and such list, make sure you follow everybody on that list, and then follow their top 10. So it actually does work. Now I have to say, are you assured of the quality of everybody who's no? So you just have to be okay with everybody who follows you may not be
right. It sounds like engagement. It sounds like the engagement pod thing that Instagram was doing way back when people were getting on Instagram pod, engagement pods, and then you have to follow everybody on the list, and then that grows your.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right about the quality of the follower, but you're doing it to get the 1,000 so you can go live.
Correct.
And maybe the people that don't matter will fall off.
Exactly. Right. And it's kind of like Follow Friday, or where where you're promoting, and you know, I get it. The one I don't like is the one where the bots come in and you buy some bots, and I was like, really?
Exactly.
I think real quick, it sounds like TikTok doesn't really care. Whereas if you do that on Instagram, they're going to ban you, block you, and all that other stuff.
TikTok really doesn't care. I think TikTok. Hold on, sorry. I'm sorry. TikTok really doesn't care. What you do have to, they are looking for, like, if you follow too many people quickly, they will unhighlight the follow button so that you can't do it. You'll be put in, quote, TikTok jail for like 24 hours. However, the way that they were saying you get around that is to do some other types of engagement. So if you follow like 10 people, then go and tap the screen so that there are different, so it's not like it's a bot doing that.
Okay, got it.
It's not going to tap the screen. Right. So these are just ways that they're doing it, and you know, I guess helping people to grow with. I'm okay with. So I went live the first time, and so I'm looking at the metrics or whatever, and I had good numbers. And I was live for half an hour. I had 500 people. Okay. Which is huge.
Yeah.
To me.
500 people, that's good.
That's huge. Exactly. So I'm like, and at first I'm like, nobody's going to care about media tech and pop culture, but I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. And there were actually people who did care and were excited about it. So I just since we were talking about it, I just wanted to put that out there in terms of the grow rooms for people who are really want to go live, have something that they want to share, but it's been challenging for them to get, or they really didn't care at first, like me. So those are ways that you can quickly grow so that you can get to your other goal of going live.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, because it sounds like people who have a large following are going like, okay, we're gonna help out people who want to grow, which is a good thing. But I'm just saying, like, be mindful of, like, you know, the people that follow, some will drop off, which is okay, because that's not your goal. Your goal is to get enough to go live, and then whoever follows will follow, which is fine.
Exactly. And really
500 people were in and sticking around to hear what she had to
The
say.
people that want to hear about Media will come back. The people that don't will drop off, and that's okay. Bye.
Exactly. And then really quickly, so even if you go live, so you get to your 1,000, right?
Mhm.
And so if you're in, my goal was to get over 1,000, a good number. So even if people dropped off, I would still be eligible to go live when I want
Right.
to. Because what happens is if you fall below the 1,000, your ability to go away goes live. However, goes away. But however, if you get to that 1,000 and then you go live, it doesn't go away. So as long as you've gone live while there's 1,000, so if you get to 1,000 and then you fall below, if you've already gone live, the ability is not going to go away.
Okay,
So,
got you.
yeah.
Got it. One thing I will say about TikTok, that the person that told you to go on is right. Everything is there. Like, you wouldn't think like, okay, well, nobody's gonna care about Media Scope, but nobody's gonna care. No, they care. Everything is there. It's like the mall. Like, everything is there. So you just have to keep going until the people that care notice that you're there, and it just builds up from there. Because I've gone on the search and look at different things, and I'm like, okay, there's a lot of stuff happening over there. A lot.
Well, one of our guests was on yesterday, and she was talking about how she has only been on there 3 months and how it's working, and that she's actually starting to see residuals already.
Okay.
So I thought that was
from going live, from videos, or
from going live.
Residuals like what? Money?
Yes, you're able to send gifts, and then those
the gift feature when you buy it. That's what Dr. Chachi was talking about, the coins.
Yeah, I got gifts. I got a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, and when you get to a certain level, you can redeem those for money. Yeah.
But see, but they were doing that with ByteDance. When they were ByteDance, they were doing that.
Yeah.
And that was a thing that, because it was a lot of dancers and musicians using it at that time. And, one girl, she went on, my son's a DJ and the other one's a choreographer, and they went on and that's how the girl, she had like tens of thousands of people that's following her. This is before they swapped over to TikTok. And people were paying her a lot of coins or whatever the little thing was, and she was getting paid pretty good. And then they switched up the model a little bit.
Right. So, and then you get paid because you have to connect your bank account.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Right? That's how you get the money?
That's how you're going to get paid, either your PayPal or Stripe. Something got to be connected, right?
Well, you know something, is anything really secure nowadays?
Well, it's not about security. We're talking about TikTok in China. We're not a whole nother country. If this was Meta or anything, I wouldn't care. We're talking about a whole nother foreign country that they do things differently.
And they all up in your money.
It's not America. That's the whole deal. Yes, other apps do this. Meta does it. All of them do it. Yes, but I'm saying this is China. That's the deal breaker.
And they don't like
whatever they want.
Here's the thing: they don't like us.
They never liked us.
But they got an app that's in our system.
It's ingrained propaganda
in our system.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm bringing up the money part. Like, yeah, they pay. How do you get the money?
I'd rather sign up with Meta before I sign up with.
I'm just saying, everybody can do. You guys, everybody can do what they want. I'm just saying what Dr. Taji doing is great because she's getting it because she's doing brand recognition,
and it's working.
Money, yeah, it's working.
You're not. I hear you, TJ, that you're not saying it don't work. It works, but the people working it, does that Darth Vader down on the end?
Information.
It's like, who's that at the other end of the room? I'm like, oh, I don't like the people in the room.
So I'm just saying, it's China. It's not America. An American company, you can kind of hold the feet to the fire a little.
You can say something.
I'm just saying. So
yeah. Now, did you still talking about TikTok?
Yeah, there's one more. Okay, TikTok has added. I scrolled through. TikTok has added Wikipedia snippets when you search. So again, the kids are using TikTok for everything, even search. They don't go to Google. So they're treating it like a search engine. So there are Wikipedia snippets to some search result pages for people, places, and events. They're saying it's not everything. The article said they found Wikipedia results for New York Times, Taylor Swift, and Thanksgiving, among others. So TikTok spokesman confirmed that the company is partnering with Wikipedia to bring information to users directly in the app. What do we think of that? Because Wikipedia is not like a reliable.
Yeah, I thought it was an unreliable source.
It is, but if you don't know that, we know it because we've been told. But
Right.
if a lie been told long enough, people start to believe it. So people are thinking, oh, I can just go to Wikipedia and get what I need. And you're like, yeah, they don't know to check the facts.
To vet, right? So
I don't know.
And Dr. Tati can speak on this about the Wikipedia, right? Because this you can't use that in education, source. Right?
You can't use it in my class,
right? Right.
And people are they're quoting Wikipedia. I even did something about our local sports team here. I said, hey, where's the guy that got us back, because Sacramento Kings were about to be sold to Seattle, and Kevin Johnson, he was very prominent in keeping the team in Sacramento. So when they wrote the Wikipedia story, his name was nowhere in the story. I was like, wait, what?
So this is where we go. There's a misinformation highway that the younger folks are getting on, not us, because we know, okay, that doesn't sound right, or the vet or the whatever. They don't. With the ChatGPT, now they're connecting Wikipedia to TikTok because they know that the kids don't go out of TikTok to do anything. So now they're connecting misinformation into TikTok, because Wikipedia is not like the source, not the official. Anybody can go in and write and edit, right? So it's just a little scary,
right? So. You know that TikTok was fined.
Yeah, I didn't include that, but yeah, they were fined because of they were using children's data inappropriately. Yeah, so it's like, just piling on and on and on. So
I'm like, what is? But we're sitting here allowing them to.
But that was the whole deal with them coming before Congress, was to make it aware, so there would be outrage. But there's no outrage because the kids are like, they don't care.
Well, the parents don't care,
right?
What the kids are doing,
right? We're in a quandary.
The parents are like, whatever. Here, take the device and. Okay.
There's so many things wrong. I can't even get into it. All right, I got a few more. So Amazon has debuted a generative AI tool that helps sellers write product descriptions. We talked about eBay doing this last week, so it's the same thing now. So it's to help create with the process of creating product listings, and it will generate captivating product description, titles, and listing details for sellers using AI. And I spent a little time on this one. Google this morning playing around with it. Google has an emoji mashup maker. It's called Emoji Kitchen. You go to Google, wherever you want, desktop or your phone, and you type in Emoji Kitchen, and you can custom make emojis. It takes 2 emojis and squishes them together. Like I did a strawberry in a coffee cup, so I got a strawberry coffee cup. And then you can copy and use it. For those who want, well, I don't like the emojis, I want to make my own. So there you go. So that came out. So you type Emoji Kitchen in.
Okay, so now that we are just learning how to speak emoji, now we're gonna have some that we don't know what the heck they are.
Yeah, so so it's a mashup tool. You mash up 2 emojis. Have fun with it. I got lost with it. So all right, one more. YouTube launches a test of new vertical live stream presentation format. I didn't look into this, so they're looking to do more with vertical video. It's a full screen viewing experience for live streams. Here's the quote from YouTube. We're running an experiment with a new full screen viewing experience on vertical live streams for mobile viewers. This new vertical live experience includes a scrollable live stream feed and easily accessible fan funding features. During this experiment, creators can stream vertically either on mobile devices with the YouTube app or through desktop streaming software, and their vertical streams will be visible to eligible viewers browsing shorts on the YouTube app. So you're going live, vertical live stream, and you'll show up in the shorts feature as a live instead of live on your channel.
Okay, so we were always able to go live from the mobile app.
Right, but not vertical. It was it was, right?
It was. We could do vertical and go live,
Right.
but I'm thinking, okay, so but it's just going to be on the shorts channel.
On the short shelf, right?
Channel.
Right.
Okay.
In the short shelf, or they call it the short stream. It will be like TikTok and Snapchat when you go through the spotlight and you flick through. So it'll be live.
It'll be a reel.
Right.
Okay.
So they're saying they're going back to this live stream, vertical live stream. And that's it. One more thing. Microsoft will expand Bing chat character limit in the Bing chat platform and the enterprise mode. The current limit is 4,000 characters, but it will be increased to 8,000 characters. So that made a lot of people happy. So you could get more out of Bing chat if you're using it. And remember, Bing chat is no longer an Edge exclusive feature. You can try it out on other browsers like Chrome and Safari. Okay. And that is your social media news update for the week.
Oh my goodness.
So much stuff going on. But tech keeps moving. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Tachi, you have the floor.
Wow, that was some good stuff.
Thank you.
Well, as I always ask, how is everybody?
All is well.
Good.
You?
Oh, I'm fantastical.
Better.
Plug up my computer here, and let's get into what happened this week in media, or what's happening, what's continuing to happen. Strike. You know, I have to bring that up because the strike is still on, so I will still be talking about it. Apparently, the striking Hollywood writers and studios are going to resume negotiations next week.
Oh, good.
Yeah, well, good if something comes of it. So just to let you know, the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, also known as AMPTP, are the ones that are representing the industry studios, okay? And the union, WGA, represents writers. So these are the two sides in this. Again, SAG-AFTRA is still on strike as well, but that's something to let you know. So they're restarting talks next week. They said this yesterday that the two parties are, quote, working to schedule a meeting next week on Wednesday, September 13th. WGA actually reached out to AMPTP and asked for a meeting to move negotiations forward. So of course, AMPTP agreed, and they are working to schedule that meeting. They say that every member company of the AMPTP is committed and eager to reaching a fair deal and to working together with the WGA to end the strike. So, more. The WGA and the AMPTP, and this is according to Deadline Hollywood, are in the process of scheduling the time scheduling the actual time to do this. So we don't have a whole lot as to what's going to happen there, obviously, but the point is it is going to happen. And at this point, they've how many weeks has it been? It's been quite a number of weeks. Let me see if I can actually find this. So the WGA has been on strike since May 2nd. It is now September 15th. So it's been quite a few months now. And then the same thing with SAG-AFTRA. They've been on strike since June, so about the month after they came in. And now, obviously, think about if you weren't working or you had no income that was coming in for several months. After a while, this would start to wear on you. So I'm sure everybody wants to come to a resolution, but nobody is willing to sell their souls to do this.
Mm. I saw something here on Threads with regard to this. Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, and Stephen Colbert, they are having something called Strike Force 3.
Yes.
Yes. You can go ahead and tell that story.
Yeah, so I actually talked about this was it on Mediascope last week or something to that effect. So it's the late night talk show hosts that are banding together, and Strike Force 3 is like a series of podcasts, and each where they're going to rotate the hosts between, I think there's 5 of them all together that are going to be involved with this. So they're rotating the hosts, and then proceeds from that are going to go to the writers from these late night talk shows. So obviously the people that are these hosts, they are SAG-AFTRA, and talk shows, by the way, are underneath a different contract. However, that is not the same. So talk shows are underneath a different contract, but late night is different because it's so heavily dependent on writers, right? So that's what's happening with that. That's what Strike Force is.
And they're doing an live on stage for the first time on Saturday the 23rd. And you can get tickets for that. And all proceeds are going to our out of work staff.
Yes. Yes. Which is great. I mean, honestly, to whom much is given, much is required. The hosts of these shows are the ones that drive everything. Nobody tends to see the writers, and these hosts exist because of writers. They're not writing their own jokes. Look, most of the hosts of these late night talk shows tend to be comedians. By and large, I think almost every one of them is a comedian. So, but they're not going to sit there and write all of their own jokes. This is why they have writers' rooms for these things. So they're out of work right now, and obviously, yeah.
Mark has a comment. He said Drew Barrymore was willing to sell her soul. I don't know who will be going on Drew Barrymore's show. Reality stars. I can't see any publicists allowing their clients to cross that picket line. Bad decision, Drew.
So it's not just them. The chat is going back. The View never took a break. Okay. So the chat is going back. Also, Jennifer Hudson is going to start taping again. So what we have to realize is Sherry Shepherd, that's right. They are talk shows, as I said, are underneath a different contract. Right. So under SAG. So it's different. And, I'm thinking, obviously, most of the people that are the hosts of these shows are SAG, because most of them are also actors. So, but they're underneath a different contract.
Right. And I think The View is something considered news more than, I forgot. They're under something different too, The View.
Right. And news is exempt as well.
Yeah.
But most daytime talk is exempt because talk shows are exempt from to an extent from this. So I think the thing is, because I would feel some type of way if I'm doing this and my fellow SAG actors are on strike. I'm like, okay, so are all the proceeds from whatever going to them? Probably not. But at the same time, I think, like you said, like hosts, people going on shows, celebrities, etc. You can go on a talk show. You can go on podcasts. You just cannot talk about any new projects that are done under SAG.
Well, okay, let me bring up real, because it just popped into my head. I saw this morning Matthew McConaughey on CBS Mornings, and he has a book, a children's book, and he was on the show this morning talking about his book.
Yeah, you can.
I'm like, oh, he can do that?
You can do that. You just cannot talk about any television or movie project that is associated, that is a SAG project.
Oh, okay.
You could write a book. You can buy a ship, and you could do whatever the hell else you like. You just cannot talk about any SAG projects.
Okay,
So to
got
be
it.
honest, if you are a smart actor or a smart person in this industry, you've got some other things going on anyway. And it's
Right.
smart if you do go on, like you've got a new book and you're talking about it. First of all, Matthew McConaughey is really interesting. He has this whole other thing. I watched a live stream that he did about mindfulness or something. Very interesting individual. So a lot of celebrities, a lot of actors are also doing other things. So in this time when you can't work doing the craft that is your main thing, you better be looking at opening restaurants. You better be doing all these other things, because you are a contractor. When you are an actor, you are not employed by these studios. It is a project per project thing.
Yep, you're hired for that project, and that's that. You're not an employee of the studio.
You are not.
Well,
So
Mark has a comment here, and I think we need to look at that. It says they are under a different contract with SAG, but not with WGA.
Correct. So the writers these hosts, Jennifer Hudson and all these people, they are not they're not writers. They're actors. So the rules don't apply to them. So in these cases, my only guess, because I am not in a writer's room, my only guess is that they are not using writers to do that. And there are more writers that are involved in late night than in daytime. Not that they don't have writers. Yes, they do, but not as many as are involved with
because like the View, they just talk about whatever news story, and then Whoopi and all those people, they could just read the New York Times or whatever, and that's what they do. They just say, "Oh, the New York Times said today, blah blah blah," and they just talk about the story. So there's no like a script per se, but they did have writers before.
But they do have, there is scripting involved. When you notice, they look at the teleprompter before breaks.
That part,
before segments. So all of that is scripted out because they're reading from a prompter. So they're uploading something in the prompter, and that's a script. So there are writers involved for that. It's just not as many as with late night. There are whole sets that are done before. In addition to the before segment breaks, in addition before commercial breaks, you've also got a whole set that you have to do for this individual. So it's a little bit different, but yeah, Mark, you're right.
Wow.
So that's what. Any other questions about the strike or whatever? On Mediascope every week since the strike has happened, both strikes have happened, I've been having Derek Tuggle, who is a Mediascoper, but he also happens to be an actor in LA and a member of SAG. So he's our boots on the ground for Mediascope, and I usually have him come on the IG show at 5 and say, all right, to let us know what's happening. So there was a rally that happened yesterday. There was a rally that happened Tuesday, that happened where the trying to keep morale up, because it can be disheartening. So we were talking about that. And go ahead.
I really think they're missing the mark by not asking the public to
boycott
their streaming, because that's a lot of revenue, and that's what they're arguing for a piece of.
Well, see, I feel like there's a little disconnect between celebrity Hollywood and regular, because if I'm a regular person with a regular job, I'm like, you make, that's a misconception, I know, but I'm saying this is what they think. Well, you're Matthew McConaughey or you're Tom Cruise, you make all these millions of dollars, I don't really care. But they need to make the connect, and they're trying to do it by saying like the regular people,
and they're showing those people on the picket line, and as a growing up with unions, I would, disconnect from
I
some
agree.
of this stuff.
I agree. I just think there's a little disconnect.
The UAW is getting ready to go on strike. This is the year of the strike. Teacher strike have had the strike recently. People empathize with this. They have not asked.
Yeah, and I think it's getting better now because the case is being made. We're seeing regular people on social media that are striking. There are people that look that look like us, that are like us. They just
Right.
happen to work in this industry.
Right.
So
Those
when you
people need to come to those voices need to be to the forefront. I know the celebrities that, this person, that person makes millions. It should be the regular people that work in Hollywood that come, hey, this affects me.
Yes,
to make the connect
the
with
set
people.
designers, builders,
Yeah.
right,
audio people,
Yeah.
folks
Behind the
that clean the
scenes.
bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me in a way, and I will, cut off my streaming. I mean,
I think, and that's the big thing, because I think it's starting to work where you see people with the social media. However, you still have not made the case or pled to the public. But here's the thing. It's like, I think that I haven't heard from anybody about that yet. I need to ask people, would it be helpful if the public, if we cut off streaming services, if we did not watch these shows?
Well, Mark has a comment about the not
does.
streaming.
He says it's not going to help.
So he has two comments. The first one was they're not using the writers, but in doing their shows without their writers, they are in essence crossing the picket line. This is talking about the talk shows. Can they do it? Yes, but arguably a problem. And then he says, people not streaming does not help the strike. Keeping the profits of streaming up supports the actor/white writer argument.
Well, and that's exactly the thing. Again, I haven't talked to people about that, but it seems that cutting things off is not necessarily the answer, because there are still residuals. The argument is the residuals need to be bigger. There are people, who was it that said that she literally got a 1 cent residual? 1 cent. And this is a star that, and I can't remember, this is a star that's pretty well known. And I can't remember who it was, but she said, I literally got a check for 1 cent. I'm like, are you okay with that? And that's where the big argument is, that the residuals for these things need to be bigger, because there's no damn way that you're sitting here, the CEO of these companies, raking in upwards of 20 million, 30 million per year in compensation. And who made this money for you, you gave me 1 cent?
I don't see where, well, anyway, that's a whole nother perspective. I think anytime you stop riding the bus, people gonna pay attention.
Yes. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You are right with that. It's a catch-22 with that, because I agree.
The people who own the bus company are gonna talk to. Okay.
Exactly. It's like holding their hands to the
people
fire.
Don't want you on the bus.
So the actress that said about the penny, Dr. Taji, Mandy Moore, on the show This Is Us, she said she's received checks ranging from a single penny to 81 cents.
Yeah, and it wasn't even Mandy Moore. So that lets you know who, I can't remember who it was. This was a Black actress.
Oh,
so
okay.
That lets you know.
But that, I just did a search and that popped up.
See? That lets you know how widespread the problem is. Okay, 2 people already are having that problem. There have been people who have shown checks that were like 57 cents. So SAG-AFTRA has asked people not to cancel their streaming services because it actually tempers their leverage. And I can see that, but if we're coming from the like Terry was saying, if we're coming from the standpoint of what has worked in the past. If
I do not stream the Barbie movie, somebody's gonna that because they're looking forward to that additional money. Somebody's going to pay attention.
Okay, I got one to beat the 1 cent. Robert Carradine got a 0.00 residual check.
The paper.
Robert Carradine.
Yeah,
the one who played in Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, yeah. So the paper that is used to print that stupid check is worth more than that. Penny wise, pound foolish.
All right, and then to mail it was at least 50 cents.
Stamp cost.
I'm like, well, mail me the stamp, damn it! If you don't want to pay, give me the stamp, because that's more than this is.
How long did it take to calculate that crap?
And why are you okay? Why are you okay with sending out a check like that? How that is actually insulting. So there are several sides to this. What I don't think SAG-AFTRA is doing a good enough job of doing is making us care, because I think many of us care and we do see it, and it's gone on forever, but we need more. We need to be inundated with it. If canceling is not the way, I don't want to hear from SAG-AFTRA. That's an organization that is removed from me. I want the person who makes less than $26,000 a year in SAG-AFTRA, so they are not eligible for health insurance, so they have 10 million other jobs. I want them to come and tell me, you know what? Please don't cancel your membership because X, Y, and Z. I don't care. SAG-AFTRA, but that's an organization, that is an entity that is headed by a celebrity that we all know, Fran Drescher, right? So we're hearing again from the big celebrities when it comes for that. I want to hear, like Terralina was saying, that we want the
everyday
person to speak so that we can hear. You tell us not to cancel things. It's not going to do anything if you, SAG-AFTRA, issue a statement telling us not to do it. That's nice. We're not paying attention. We don't listen. You have to make us care. Just like with UAW, I think people by default think we will care about their struggles. And as a human, yes, you are supposed to care about everybody's struggles. The reality is people don't care unless it somehow affects them. If the UAW strikes, Michigan is going to care. Okay?
Right.
Definitely.
Right.
Because most of Michigan is employed somehow by GM.
Right. They are going to care, and they got issues with water and some other stuff. Somebody's gonna say something, hopefully.
So there's one more with the pennies check. Abbott Elementary, the man that plays the janitor, he did a TikTok video, said he'd been acting for 32 years, and he showed the 3-cent check. He on TikTok, he did a video. So it's more than, I was trying to find the one that Dr. Tachi was talking about, but there's lots coming out saying, listen, and showing the check like it's 3 cents.
Now count the advertising breaks when you watch Abbott Elementary. Okay, when you're watching it on NBC or ABC, sorry, or Hulu, right? Mm-hmm. Because if you have the plan where you have commercials, right?
Right.
So, but let's just say same day. You're watching it live at 8 o'clock on, I can't remember, I think Tuesdays or whatever. You're watching it. Count the breaks. Do you know what those advertising contracts are? How much they're paying, especially for a show like Abbott Elementary? It's not just a blanket thing. It's also dependent upon, it's going to be more expensive in prime time. It's more expensive depending on the show that it is. So all these people are paying a good pretty penny. You mean to tell me, and how many people are involved with the show? Yeah, there are a lot of people that are involved with the show, but the people who get residuals from that, who is that? The actors, right? And the writers. Those are the people that get the residuals. So that's a handful. There are a lot of people involved in the production, but in terms of residuals, that's a handful. There's no way in anybody's heaven anybody on that show should be getting a 1 cent or 35 cent or whatever cent check. No way. You are making way too much off of that. And that's because the executives are taking the lion's share of that. It's actually despicable. So
now
when we look at that, go ahead. Sorry.
I quick question though. Who negotiated the contract for that? Do you understand what I mean? Like, did the agent of the persons, of the actors, did they negotiate? Okay, isn't that some part of the negotiations when we sit down to the table at the beginning?
For network TV, yeah, but this streaming is different.
Well, no, what I'm talking about, Abbott Elementary or whoever these people are, when I'm sitting down at the table and you're going to hire me as an actor.
Oh, you're talking about the newer shows.
I'm just talking about any show. Like, if you're going to hire me as an actress, we can't talk about Seinfeld and everybody else prior to. But if I'm sitting down signing up with a contract, wouldn't my residuals and how much I'm going to receive be a part of that conversation?
Yes, it should be. But whether or not you have leverage depends on who you are.
Okay, let me ask you this. So then you're saying that there's some advertising dollars involved. Why not ask us to boycott the advertisers? I mean, there's got to be pressure somewhere in this story.
And that's where people are falling short. Everybody is falling short of saying, all right, well, boycott the advertising. Let me tell you, that works. I'll tell the story again of you remember, and Terralina, you probably remember when there was that show called Sorority Girls that was on VH1. Was it VH1? Yeah, one of these deplorable channels. So when VH1, it was awful, and it was a representative of all 4 NPHC sororities on there. The behavior was awful. We were all so appalled that there was a meeting that was held between leadership and I think it was VH1. I can't remember the channel, and they would not pull it. So they said, okay. They went to every single advertiser and said, if you don't pull it, we're going to boycott. Every single one of the advertisers pulled out, including Ava DuVernay, who was a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. They implored her, and at the time, her movie, A Wrinkle in Time? Yeah, A Wrinkle in Time was coming out, and they asked her not to advertise Wrinkle in Time on there. She said, done. So you're getting high-profile people that said, we don't want this nonsense. They pressured the advertisers. They canceled the show. It was on, I think, 2 episodes. They had 2 episodes and they canceled it after 2 episodes. So you're right. It can be done. It's just like nobody's having the conversation. Well, pressure the advertisers. Nobody is having that conversation.
Wherever the money is coming in.
Yeah, so Mark says agents negotiate the salaries for the actors, but residual percentages are contractually based on union agreements, I believe.
Partially, yes. But if you look at, all you have to do is look at the whole thing with like Scarlett Johansson and the fact that or any of these larger stars that wanted a bigger percentage of the residuals and things, it really depends. So yes, it is contractual union agreement, but depending on who you are, that's something that could also be negotiated.
So now, when all this is over, I'm going to be having I will have a different conversation with my agent and having a different conversation about asking for what I want. You understand what I mean?
Absolutely.
And they may pick somebody else who, they'll do it for less. Well, whatever.
But and that's the thing.
I
think people get bamboozled because you so want to have this opportunity. You so see, and you're thinking about the immediate money that comes from the paycheck you get every 2 weeks from NBC or whatever, because you're on this show. But then it's like, okay, well, what are the other things? Do I also get residuals from XYZ? What about streaming, right? Hulu is another thing. So with Abbott Elementary, I don't know that any of them have streaming residuals in their contract because Hulu is streaming.
Right.
And streaming works differently.
Right.
So if you are not savvy as to the fact that streaming is a different game, and the fact that you really should be getting residuals from streaming, you could be getting little to nothing from that. So it also comes with being an educated person in your field. If you know this is your field, if you know the people are sharks and rogues, which many of these studios are, then you need to come in armed with information, and you need to say, no, this is what I'm worth. If you don't want that, then fine. And then this also may say to you, because this is the way it works industry wide. So it also may say to you, is this something that I am prepared to deal with? Because it's going to cost you later if on the front end you don't negotiate, or you can't negotiate, because there are a lot of actors that are, quote, a dime a dozen, and they're like, well, we'll get somebody else to do it. And you want that opportunity so bad that you are willing to accept whatever conditions they give you. You have to say, am I willing to walk away? And there are some actors that are not, because they've chosen this as their profession and they need to work. So you have to say, what are my alternatives? Can I do independent stuff? Am I prepared to, and again, the people that are making millions per project, that's the 1%. That's the microcosm of what happens in society for real. Most of us are not making millions per project or millions at all. So the people in the industry making millions is a very small percentage. So I get where you're willing to take whatever because the margins of profit for you are so low, but you have to say, is this going to cost me later? There has to be a better way, and people have to start to figure it out and not just keep buying into the same Hollywood studio system because they don't know how to make a change from this system.
Right. And Mark has another comment. He says, I was talking about network television, not films. Films are different.
Okay, thank you.
Right. And I was just thinking, okay, if the union is the one that is determining, okay, they're going in and saying we're going to take this amount, we need to be talking to the union too. Like, hold on, you're going to have to negotiate better for us.
Absolutely. And it's not free. My thing is like, if you're holding the union leadership, they're there to represent you, and it's not free. You have to pay. What is it, like $400, $495? It's based on what you make. So your dues are a percentage. So it's not just a flat like 400. It's based on how much you bring in and what you make. So your dues are basically floating the organization. It's not free. So if I'm paying, yes, you need to represent me adequately and fairly when it comes to these things.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep reporting on that. So I know we're way past time, so I'm just going to pick one more story, and we're going to then go. Let me hold on. This is okay. So let's talk Byron Allen really quickly. He's made a $10 billion offer for ABC and other Disney networks. Now, I know you didn't even think that ABC was up for sale. Yes,
Exactly.
I
there's
did.
a possibility, yes, that
I
they
saw the
are.
story.
Disney is open to proposals for ABC. So yeah, so you knew, TJ. So yeah. So Byron Allen made a $10 billion offer for ABC and other linear networks that are owned by the Walt Disney Company. And this is according to a spokesperson for Allen & Allen Media Group, which Byron Allen owns. So the station owner, Nexstar Media Group, they bought CW, but they've also expressed interest in buying ABC. So we have Nexstar, and we also have Byron Allen & Allen Media Group. So at an investment conference in July, Bob Iger, who is the Disney CEO, said that the company's linear networks may no longer be, quote, core businesses for Disney. And that means like ABC. And that indicated a sale or a spinoff was being considered. So Disney has been at the center of the changes affecting the TV business, and I'm sure we all know this. So again, from jumping into streaming with Disney Plus and gaining millions of subscribers, but then losing billions along the way, they're also considering selling their stake in ESPN. So Disney has also been involved in some carriage disputes. So all Disney networks were blacked out in a dispute with Charter Communications.
Yep, it was blacked out here.
Yeah, exactly. So you weren't able to pick up any Disney networks, right?
No ABC.
Nope, exactly.
It's on now, but it was before. It was
before they
and then they had like a screen thing saying, "Oh, you're not seeing the channel because of the dispute between blah blah blah." And so like,
Exactly. So there was that carriage dispute. They said, Disney said that Charter Communications was broken, and they were content to proceed without ESPN and Disney channels as long as their best content was going towards its streaming properties. All right. So they disputed the dispute was resolved right before the opening of Monday Night Football, conveniently.
Yeah, they had to get that straight.
You know they did. Sports people will burn down your house. So
now I did see this morning Disney trying to pull it back, saying they're not. They haven't made a decision. I saw something.
yeah, no,
this
they
morning.
said they haven't made a decision. Well, here's the thing: ABC News staffers were basically quote freaking out, according to CNN, over these reports that they were in talks to sell the outlet. So I think what's happening is yes, they are
Yeah.
really interested in selling off these properties because it is not necessarily serving them. So they're trying to let them go, but they're
Right.
also not trying to alarm people and have a mass exodus. So.
Right.
I think that's where they're trying to walk.
Yeah, they're trying to walk it back.
So that's why when I went on ABC the other week, nothing was there.
Yeah, it was off.
Yes.
I was like, okay, I thought it was my TV. I was like,
No, it wasn't your TV. It was off. It was black.
yeah, there was nothing happening.
Yeah,
of course I just
it's on
moved
now.
on, but I was just like, oh, and I came back the next day, same thing.
Right.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah, because you like Dr. Tony said, they had to get that before football season started, which was last week.
Because that's a whole other thing now.
Wow.
Because remember, you now have this contract to broadcast games.
That's right.
They better solve it.
You were gonna have a whole lot of upset people if they turned that TV and there was no football. Ooh,
including the NFL. Because
yeah,
remember,
that's what I mean. And the viewers and NFL, it's gonna be a whole. They had to get that resolved. I was like, nah.
Exactly. There's too much money at stake there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is so Byron Allen is in the
running, in the pot, in the soup, and the
yes. He is interested in acquiring them. So the Allen bid is for the ABC television network and the 8 ABC owned television stations, plus cable networks including FX and National Geographic. So if you don't know, Byron Allen already acquired the Weather Channel and a group of TV stations.
And the Griot.
Exactly. He's a media mogul. So he said he's prepared to spend as much as $10 billion to buy stations and other TV assets. And this bid is based on an 8 times multiple of estimated earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization generated by Disney TV businesses. 8 times. That's not bad.
Yeah, I think it's a good deal.
That's really good.
If he can swing it, that's a good deal.
Exactly.
This may be a better deal than him buying BET.
BET is a circus. He would have had to spend too much money to turn it into something viable. At this point, it's nonsense.
This house is already move-in ready.
ABC is a gym. It's a gym.
It is move-in ready, and it's got stuff already in play. And the other place was a fixer.
Exactly. So let me just really quickly tell you that Wells Fargo analyst Stephen Cahall has estimated that ABC Network and its owned and operated stations, which are also known as O&O, generate about $2.2 billion in retransmission consent fees from distributors and programming fees from affiliates, plus $2.7 billion in advertising revenue, for a total of about $5 billion. Okay, do you see what's happening here?
Yeah,
when we're talking about these numbers. So the retransmission, you can't just broadcast stuff. You have to pay.
Yes. Yeah.
You have to pay, and programming fees and affiliates. Your local ABC affiliate, they pay to be an affiliate. It's not free.
They pay.
So interesting. We'll see if this happens again.
On it.
Say again.
Yeah. I said we'll keep an eye on this. This is a good one.
Yeah,
this is a really good one. Keep an eye on it. It's and Byron Allen continues to make his empire grow. We'll see if it grows with ABC or not.
We'll see.
Yeah, he's a little quiet one. You know what I mean? He just be quiet and just go buy stuff.
He in the back making moves.
You listen. I'm not trying to be funny or whatever, but you have to be quiet when you're black.
Yeah, I'm just putting it out there. People going Byron Allen, who? I hear that. Who? Like, you haven't been paying attention if you don't know him.
Exactly. People who and that's sometimes what you have to move quietly. And that's everybody, but particularly when you're a person of color, there
Yep.
are systemic roadblocks that are constantly put up so that you can't get to this level. You don't get to a Byron Allen level by being boastful about what you're about to do. You
Just
don't. You
quietly
just do it,
buying.
and then everybody's surprised.
Yeah. Quietly buying in the background.
And yeah, that's what I have. Much more, but we're well over time. So those are the two I have for you today.
Thank you. That was very good, actually. The update for the strikes, and then Byron Allen. Mark has a comment about Byron Allen. He said, if you don't know who Byron Allen is, it means that you never stay up late channel surfing.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right.
Cars.tv, pets.tv, all of that. He says he's a major player. And because I think whenever people do not see someone visibly, they discount how major they are in the industry. But that's what you need to do. You just keep quiet. What is it? Speak softly and carry a big stick.
Yes, that's the term.
Right. So we want to thank you for tuning in live and on the replay. And we'll have more next Friday in our next Tech Life Weekly. And then you can catch TJ on Tuesdays, 8 a.m. right here. Monday, Terralina and I will be having a little coffee talk and with some interesting conversations. Wednesday, we have Coach Karen. Thursday, we have Robin Shimizu talking healthy habits. And then Dr. Tachi is also on Wednesdays for Mediascope. And when do you do your IG Live?
It's at 5 p.m. on, well, 5-ish. So I come on somewhere between 5 and 5:30 on Wednesdays, and then
Wednesdays.
6 p.m. is the larger full show.
Oh, cool. So follow somebody on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, Threads, YouTube. Yeah, definitely YouTube.
Yeah.
Follow someone else.
Important places.
Yay. Join BizChicks by texting biz at 33777 or just go to bizchicks.net and get in there. There's no cost for you to become a part of the community. We do want to know who you are so we can share your genius with the rest of our world. Thank you so much for tuning in and allowing us to help you take the hassle out of your hustle. We will see you next week.